What is up, guys? It is Zach, and welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to be talking about Wario Ware Get It Together, because I've actually played Wario Ware ever since the GameCube one, and actually, really, funny enough, the only main console game that I've actually played of WarioWare is the original GameCube version. I never played, WarioWare Smooth Moves or whatever it was on the Wii. Never played any of that. I played the handheld versions, and I did play Game & Wario, if that counts. But the main WarioWare game is the only real home console WarioWare I have experience with, and it's a really great game. It offers quite a few, different options of play, specifically for multiplayer. This game offers a great multiplayer experience, and I'm really hoping that WarioWare Get It Together does the same thing. So we're not going to talk about this game, though. We're going to be talking about WarioWare Get It Together, and there's actually quite a bit shown off. Mostly for the single player, though. So as of right now, we still don't really know if there is a proper multiplayer mode, but I'm presuming there will be a multiplayer mode of some sort, even though there is co-op in the story mode. So I'm going to be talking about most of the things that got revealed during the announcement trailer and the treehouse and all that. So, yeah, so without any further ado, let's get into talking about WarioWare Get It Together. So this new WarioWare game is coming out for the Nintendo Switch on September 10th, so only a couple months away, which is actually really crazy to think about. So what, like 2.5 months away? Really not that far off at all. And I'm very excited for it. I'm excited to see more of it. I really don't want to see too much more, specifically from the 9-volt section, which I'll talk about later. But yeah, it seems really cool, and is coming out really soon. Like I mentioned earlier, we've only seen the story mode, so this is the only mode I can properly talk about. So like I said, any multiplayer modes there might be, we don't know yet. So the main thing with this title is it's quite a bit different than the previous WarioWare titles. Basically, whenever you play the Microgames, in whatever story section you're in, you select 3 characters that you're going to swap between as you're playing. There are 14 playable characters in this game, and 2 of them, or I guess technically 4 of them, are in doubles. So we have Wario, Jimmy T, Orbulin, Ashley, Cat and Anna as a double, Cricket, 18-volt, Mona, Dribble and Spitz as a double, Dr. Crygor, 9-volt, and Mike. I'll be honest, I have no clue who Mike is. Like, literally, who is this? So obviously, you pick your characters before you start the microgames, and each microgame plays differently depending on the character you choose, because of the fact that the character you choose, each one plays differently. So I'm going to go through all the characters we have confirmed and their different abilities and how they play. Wario just kind of flies around the screen, and you use him colliding into objects to move things around. Mona has a boomerang that you throw to hit objects. 18-volt shoots a projectile that you use to move objects. Cricket is a platforming character that you use, and he basically can jump really high, and that's how you interact with objects. Dribble and Spitz actually kind of function for 2-player, and they both just kind of fly around and shoot at objects, kind of like Wario, except they can actually shoot. Crygor is the one that confuses me a little bit. He swims around the screen, but it looks very much like Wario, except it seems more like you have to tap A to get him to move, rather than just moving him around with a thumbstick. And 9-volt also kind of confuses me. It looks like he kind of moves around at the bottom of the screen using his skateboard. Maybe you can get him to jump, I don't know. But yeah, and as you can see, Luigi's Mansion's in the background here, but, we'll talk about that later. So yeah, so those are the main characters that we know the movesets of so far. This part, there is a little bit of concern I have with this, but I'll get into that, later. But for now, let's talk about the story mode. We see 3 main levels in the story mode. We see Wario, we see Mona, and we see 9-volt. And each level has kind of like a theme that goes along with it, that goes with the microgames. This is nothing, new to WarioWare. This is very standard. But I will go over them for you. Of course, the 3 characters we have the levels for are kind of obvious things. But WarioWare is the very introductory level, has miscellaneous random microgames, no specific theming, it's just kind of the introductory level. You get to play random microgames, and it's again, very standard for Wario. Mona's usually changes each game. I remember with Twisted, it was about Mona's Pizza, if you guys remember that lovely theme tune.
This here is Mona Pizza, makers of the world's best pizza.
But here, it's just about everyday mundane life, filling and fulfilling tasks, like folding laundry, the normal boring household stuff. And then 9volt, which this is his usual trademark, is video games. Usually whenever 9volt has microgames, they are usually related to video games. And this is actually where we see that Luigi's Mansion actually has its own microgame, which I don't think Luigi's Mansion has ever had a microgame in any WarioWare game before. Correct me if I'm wrong, someone in the comments, maybe Smooth Moves had it, but it's really, really cool to see original Luigi's Mansion get its own microgame. And I do want to plug in here, for those of you who are familiar with WarioWare, usually each microgame does have like multiple variations of it, or like, you know, usually for difficulty, or, you know, the changing of speed and all that. So I really hope that Luigi's Mansion might get a few more different scenarios for if you go for more difficult difficulties, where there's different ghosts, maybe different rooms. It could even be like, because usually there's three different variations of each microgame. So maybe it could be like Luigi's Mansion 1, Luigi's Mansion 2, Luigi's Mansion 3. I don't know, just me thinking out loud. But that could be really, really cool. Okay, so let me go into a few quick concerns I have with this playstyle. It looks a little overcomplicated for something this simple. WarioWare microgames, for those of you who do not know, literally last between 3 to 5, maybe 8 seconds. So they are very quick, very spontaneous, you gotta know what you're gonna do. And with adding these characters that each do different things to these microgames that should be really, really simple, I do fear that it's gonna make things a little harder, like to just like be able to on the spot really recognize, okay, I have 9volt, I gotta do this, or I have 18volt, I gotta do this, or I have Wario, so I'll have to do this differently. I don't know, I feel like it could kind of overcomplicate the process, and I do think it might slow it down a little bit too, because obviously because of the fact that you're using these characters and you might need a little more time to think, the microgames do seem a little longer. But I can't say for sure yet, because I think the thing is with WarioWare, it's one of those games it's really hard to talk about, you know, like how it might play without actually playing it. Because with something like Mario Party, it's very easy to kind of know the gameplay you're getting into and be able to talk about it without actually playing it. WarioWare is a little different. WarioWare it's just a very weird and different Nintendo series, so I'm not going to be as skeptical with this game because they could just completely surprise me. I mean, WarioWare Twisted definitely tried something new, and I really liked that game when I tried that out, so I'm presuming it'll probably be the same thing here. I'll probably have my concerns about the game before it launches, but once I actually play it, I'll start to understand it a little bit more, because this is something very, very different for WarioWare. Like, it's not like other games where the gimmick usually relied on its controls. They're just completely trying something completely new here. So, I'll at least give them the benefit of the doubt, and I really hope they make it work. Some of the desires that I have is, like I said earlier, I really want a fully fledged, really cool multiplayer mode. WarioWare on the GameCube really had that with all the different game modes, like the Doctor mode, the Turtle Balance mode. There was just a lot of different fun games to play with your friends, and I really kind of hope they do the same thing here. And I hope they also do online. Obviously, with Mario Party introducing online, you know, full online for the whole game, I really hope that WarioWare follows in its footsteps and does the same thing here. I mean, it's microgames. It can't be that difficult, unless it's, you know, something timing-based, which could be a little problematic. But, I don't know. I really hope they just find some way to integrate online multiplayer with WarioWare, as I think it could use it. Also, I really like what WarioWare DIY did, and maybe having some sort of like WarioWare Maker section where you can make your own micro games that don't rely on the whole character thing. I don't know, I think they could be really, really cool. Just as a separate side mode, not like the main part of the game, obviously, but like a little side mode where you can make your own micro games or something like that. You know, WarioWare DIY did it, so it's something I would like to see come back. But yeah, that's all I got to say on WarioWare Get It Together. Overall, I'm pretty excited for this game. It comes out, like I said, in 2.5 months, and I'm pretty interested in checking it out. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments down below, and I'd love to hear what you guys think. So, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. All that stuff down below. Click the notification bell so you're notified of when I upload videos. And check out the merch store. There's some cool ZakPak merch up on there for you to check out. So, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed. And until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video.